si Albert Martinez ang anak namin. Pagkatapos, second, yung sa relasyon,
Apo.
si Vilma naman ang anak ko.
Yeah, I've watched it. Yung kayo po
Yes,
pala yung nanay ni
oo.
Vilma Santos doon, against sa relationship
talagang,
nila ni...
So talagang magkaiba.
Yes.
At during that time, talagang si Ismael Bernal, yung kinatatakutan ng lahat. Ako takot din ako. Ayoko talagang lumabas. Pero hindi ba, basta ano kita, artista kita.
So, hindi
Nanginginig ako.
hindi kayo tayo,
Sabi ko, mabuti
dubber.
pa, sabi ko, Warlight, magdadabing na lang ako. Ayoko mag-artista. Pero yung gusto nga ako ni Bernardo, parang
Ni
nasa
Mr.
title
Bernal.
role ka pa kasi ito ba yung ating mga anak?
Yes.
So mother ako, parang nasa lead role ka na noon.
So, paano naman po ngayon naging connected yung sa film, papunta naman ngayon sa dubbing?
Sa dubbing.
O, sa television.
So, kailangan ngayon, idadub ko yung role ko, hindi ba? By that time, kami, dahil nasa radio ako, kinukuha na kami ng mga director para mag-supervise ng mga artista nila. Lucy, ikaw mag-supervise. Supervise namin si Vilma Santos, o Viga, ganito. Yung pag-develop naman ng mga lines nila, hindi ba? Ang pelikula kasi, naku, mahaba ba ang oras na? Ang pelikula kasi nung araw, putol-putol yan. Idinadabing ng loop by loop.
Yes.
Hindi katulad na ngayon na computerized, tuloy-tuloy mo nang naidadub, di ba? So kami ngayon ang coach ng mga artista. Nung ako na yung nagdadub ng role ko, ang hirap pala. Kasi
sasabihin niyo sarili niyong
hindi ako sanay nang ako yung nagdadub ng sarili ko. So yung una kong dubbing nung sarili ko, mapupuna ko, naku, ganun pala yung mata ko, ganun pala yung bibig ko.
Ay, expressions ng mukha
ganito.
niyo.
Bakit ang dami kong napansin. So, hindi ako concentrated sa sinasabi ko. Naku, alam mo ba, nag-blow out ako sa buong Magnatech. Mangyari, napapahiya ako. Ako na dabber, hindi ko maidab yung sarili ko. Kasi nga, yung
buka ng bibig.
Grabe talaga,
yung emosyon,
grabe.
kailangan sabay na sabay po talaga.
So you have talaga na buhayin mo uli yung sarili mo. Kaso, pag madaldal ka na, hindi ba?
Mabilis magsalita, kailangan sabayan nyo
Ako
with same emotion.
grabe yung role ko. Na halos walang maputol yung editor. So parang
Tuloy-tuloy
isang palanggana yung look mo.
And Tita Lucy, may I call you Tita Lucy po?
Yes.
Sa after film, ngayon naman po sa television naman tayo.
Yes, oo.
So ano naman po yung mga projects ninyo sa television?
Ngayon, it has been my dream nung ako na nagdadub, pag gusto kong magkaroon ng studio, gusto kong mag-ano. So later on, kada dasal, ipinagkaloob sa buhay ko. So ngayon, doon ako sa bahay namin nagdadub.
Meron kayong studio sa bahay?
Yes, oo. So may contract ako sa GMA
sa kabila pong station.
para yung mga telenovela nila. Ako ang
ano po yung mga
nagdadub.
telenovelas na nagawa ninyo?
Yung very, very recent na na-air, yung Dalger Spring, yung Ate Cat, yung mga Coffee Prince, yes, yung mga...
Kamusta naman po ngayon yung, kasi di ba sa film, kumbaga real life din sila, real person, real people. Ito rin real people eh. Pero ano po yung, may difference po ba sila?
A lot of difference.
Tell us something naman po about
Kasi, hindi ba sa pelikula, ang mga bida sila ang nagdadub. Unless hindi sila pwede, pero the likes of Vilma Santos, Nina Marisol Soriano, Nina Sharon Cuneta, sila talaga ang nagdadub. It's a mortal sin na ipadabing mo sila, maski na isang line lang. Talagang they will come to the studio para to dub. Sina Nora Honor. Talagang sila ang magpupunta sa iyo, sina Boyet, sina Aga. Yan yung mga love ko talaga. So I get to supervise all of these people. Sa TV kasi, hindi ba? Kasi when it's a Korean project, lahat kailangan mong idub. Mga bibidahin yun, hindi ba? Yung katulad nung role ni Vilma sa pelikula, hindi mo pwedeng ang idub. Pero yung mga Korean, idadabing mo silang lahat. Pero ang principle pa rin is pag nagdadub ka, is kunin mo kung ano yung emosyon ng artista, hindi lang yon. Kasi natapos na yung i-shoot. So kung ikaw, a good dubber ka, hindi ka magsising pag hindi mo nakuha nasabayan yung hinga
Okay.
ng artista, hindi
Opo.
ba? Hindi siya ang susunod sa pagdadub mo. Ikaw ngayon ang susunod doon sa idinadub mo.
Okay. Yes,
Hindi ba?
Tita
Kasi,
Lucy.
kasi tapos na yun eh.
Opo.
Finished project na yun.
So, Tita Lucy, gusto ko pong mag-ask sa inyo kung ano pong mga advice ang may bibigay nyo sa ating mga...
Marami yan,
Ito
di
po.
ba? Yung mga aspiring, yung gusto nilang matuto ng boses.
Apo.
Alam mo, Byron, ganito lang ang itinuturo ko. Sa lahat ng mga artista, sa lahat ng mga dubbers na na-encounter ko, tatayo ako, halika.
Sige po.
Para kasi, hindi ba, pag nagda-dub ka,
Apo.
kailangan nare-relieve mo yung tension
Apo.
inside the dubbing room na
Yes.
komportable ka. But how are you going to do it?
Mhm.
Eh, nakaupo ka, nagbabasa ka lang, hindi ba? So, bitiwan mo ito, parang ganito,
Sige
hindi
po.
ba? Para to create ang tension,
Ayan.
ang lagi ko itinuturo sa mga artista, imaginein mo na ikaw nakatayo ka,
Apo.
pero nakatayo ka sa release ng trend.
Okay.
Okay, nakatayo ka na nakapako ang paa mo.
So
Okay.
kailangan...
Ay, yung para ma-create mo
Oo.
yung tension na dito ngayon ang gagaling
Yes,
sa
yes.
diaphragm mo,
Opo.
hindi ba? O sige, nakapako ngayon ang paa mo, dalawang paa mo nakapako
Opo.
ng malaking pako. Eh, ayan na yung trend.
Opo.
Hindi ba? So you want to get
get
out.
out. Opo.
Ayaw mo siyempreng mamatay,
Yes,
hindi
yes.
ba? O sige, push me down, Byron. As hard as you can. Sige, push me down. Ayan, sige. Huminga ka ng malalim. Create yung tension inside na ayan na yung trend. Sige, sigaw. Yes. Pagkatapos, saka ka ngayon magsalita ng normal na kinakabahan ka, eto yung nobya mo, hindi ba? Pwede po ba ako makadalaw sa inyo? Sige, yan. Deliver mo ngayon.
Pwede po ba akong makadalaw sa inyo?
See? Hindi mo ngayon i-deliver ng flat.
Normal lang po, opo.
Ng normal. Kasi,
So, kailangan po may pamumugutan
kailangan
talaga.
may pinaghahatakan ka.
Okay.
Isipin mo yung mga eksena ng mga artista.
Opo.
Ni na Maricel Soriano na talagang
Talagang
hataw
fight scene,
sila,
opo,
no?
opo.
Hawak-hawak ko sila.
Yes.
Para makuha uli nila yung
Emosyon na
yung
nandun
laban,
sila, opo.
yung pag maglalaban sila, halimbawa na. Ayan, yung mga ganyan, walang iyak. Yung mga ganyan-ganyan, yung mga hampas-hampas, talaga hinahampas mo sila.
So talagang kailangan parang
Oh,
umaarte rin
yes,
kayo na
yes,
parang
yes.
katulad
At-
doon nasa TV.
At para nakukuha mo rin yung animosity ba, yung adrenaline.
Adrenaline nila na kung paano nila ginawa yun mismo.
Kaya ang
Ayun.
always ko lang tinitrain sa mga dubbers ko, sa mga artista, ganito lang, imagine nyo lang na nakaano kayo, na
Opo,
nakapako.
nakapako.
And that will help you talk ng buo ang boses mo, maski nakaupo ka.
Yes.
Diba? So, subukan mong lagi na nakaganon.
Opo.
Later
Yes.
on, that will be a force of habit na. So madali na.
Madali na po paghugutan.
Maski na yung mga projection ng boses mo, katulad ngayon, di ba, sabi ko sa mga artista, sige, paano nyo gagawin yon? Eh ngayon, magla-live sound na, hindi ba?
Okay.
At malaki ang difference ng shooting to live sound.
Opo.
Katulad ko nung lumabas ako sa Tanging Yaman,
Opo.
kay,
So, yun.
kay Loris Guillen, di ba? Sabi nga nila sa akin dapat pala si Tita Lucy, kinontract natin to. Mangyari, for such a short role, ang dami kong araw, ang dami kong shooting days, per day ako.
Opo.
So parang panalo ko, no? Kasi ang tagal ng setup ng original sound. Kailangan walang magkakamali. Yung sa shooting, sa rehearsal pa lang, ay, ang tagal ng rehearsal. Lalagyan ka ng marker, yung confrontation scene doon, nung nagsuntukan si Edu, saka si Johnny. Tapos yung lahat kami nandoon sa salas, nagpunta kami doon sa may ng bahay, hindi ba? Lahat kami naka-position. O pagkatapos nun, may mga marker kami. O hanap-hanap kayo ng pwesto ninyo kung saan. Pagkatapos, lalagyan ng marker yon. O hit ngayon yung marker
Okay.
mo.
So thank you very much po,
Yan.
Tita Lucy, for having you here sa studio namin.
So
Ayan.
yun lang po ang kung gusto niyo maging artista.
Opo. So ayan. So guys, Okay, so this is Voice of the Week. So Voty TV will be right back.
Nagbabalik po ang Voice of the Television at ngayon po Career 911. Ako po si Lloyd Luna. Napakagandang workshop po nung nating napanood kanina and very, very empowering. First time pong ginawa yan, workshop dito sa ating Voice of the Television. Ngayon pong hapon, very special ang ating segment dahil marami po nagtatanong, Lloyd, sino ba yung coach mo? Sino ba yung naging mentor mo? And it's very interesting that nakita ko po yung opportunity na to para ibigay at pakilala sila sa inyo. Pero bago ko po sila ipakilala sa inyo, babasahin ko po yung letter sender natin this afternoon. Ang pangalan po niya ay si Roland. Ang sabi po niya is, this Mr. Lloyd, I apologize for my roughness but I would like to consult something. I am currently an employee and I want to be rich. I work Monday to Saturday with working hours of 6 to 8, weekdays 8 to 8, Saturdays 8 to 5. I know that I am not going to be rich by being an employee, but I still think that I need this job. There's a conflict there. I would work on Sundays like 10 men. I buy and read books as if there would never be tomorrow. The problem is that I get exhausted, very tired, but I don't want to rest on Sunday because for me, that is the time I can make all my dreams come true, and it is almost happening. I would like to have personal advice from you. Respectfully yours, Roland. It's very interesting. Several years ago, my mentor, who is my guest this afternoon, said that if you want to become rich, money is not something that you pursue. It's something that you attract by the person you become. Ladies and gentlemen, the very person that introduced me to this personal development myth, Dr. Ayudtud.
Hey, Lloyd.
Thank you so much for coming, my mentor.
Gosh, it's awesome.
Yeah. We are here because we wanted to help Roland
Okay.
to come up with something that can help him maybe find the reason to the question that he's been asking his life. So what do you think about his predicament with the problem?
Well, the way that he sounds in the letter, it sounds like he has the proper disciplines and he has the dedication and he has the desire. And there should be no question, Lloyd, why he would not become a millionaire.
Yeah, so that means very, very positive tayo na.
Of course, yeah, anybody can, with proper adjustment before transformation, person has to have transportation. So he has to transport himself
How is he going to
from
do
where he is at to the place where he wants to be. For people who are listening to this program, it's very important that you have to recognize where you're at the moment. And by recognizing where you're at the moment, you can assess where, you could go from there, because obviously you need changing. You need to get from where you are at.
He's kind of clear that he needs this job. He's very specific about it. Kailangan ko itong trabahong ito.
Yeah.
And for sure, there are millions of people out there who would like to be, okay, nandito, nagtatrabaho ako dito, gusto kong yumaman. Hindi ako dito pwedeng yumaman, pero kailangan ko to. It's like there is a conflict in there.
No, that's actually being positive. What his honesty, that he's saying that he works hard in that job, and he wants to be rich. And that's where he can start from, and he needs his job, he says. But he needs to recognize that he can actually use his job from where he is at and then move himself from where he's at to the place where he wants to be. Because, to have a job is better than not have a job. Obviously, may income siya, may pera siya, at maganda yun. Kaysa doon sa taong wala pang pera, tapos gusto niya maman.
Are we suggesting that he needs to get out of of his regular job and come up with...
He needs to. He really needs to.
Why?
Because he cannot become wealthy if he continues to work. He uses his job now as his vantage point. It's an opportunity for him. But he needs to exit out of it and start his own business, his own enterprise. Nobody gets rich by working in a job, working for somebody.
Based on his letter to us, does he have the qualification of like venturing into his own business?
That's a very good question, because he needs to find out, really. Because his desire is there, so he needs to have coaching. He needs to sit down with somebody, that would show him, honestly consult with the person, get out of where he is at, if he can already get out.
It's very serious.
Yeah.
I mean, he's working 6 to 8 hours
That's
a week.
right. Yeah, I like his attitude.
I
like
only
his
work 6 to
spirit.
7.
But really, the Bible says that you have to work 6 days, and the 7th day belongs to the Lord.
Yeah.
So it's actually cheating.
Roland, please. I mean, have your Sunday
Yes,
for yourself.
yeah, he's actually cheating himself.
Kasi ayaw niya,
Yeah.
ayaw niya daw dito Sabi niya dito, ayaw niya magtrabaho ng Sunday kasi para sa kanya is kailangan pa yun sayang yun Doon lang daw nagiging totoo yung kanyang mga pangarap.
No, 6 days shall thou labor. Maybe he's talking about his part-time on Sundays, but he really needs to really get out of where he is at the moment. And it's good that he has a job, but he really needs to get out from where he is at the moment and then venture into his own business. I remember talking to one person. He was working for somebody, and I asked him, I said, the effort that you're doing in this job is actually the same if you are going to start your own business, because you come to this job 8 to 5, and if you work on your own business, you will just have to have the same discipline. Now, it's better if you have your own, because now you're not like putting the effort for somebody else's company. You're actually putting your effort to your own company.
Right.
It's just like what you're doing.
Yeah, it's a very interesting concept. I think
Right.
my friend Pocholo Gonzalez did that as well. Yeah.
Actually, I'm talking about Choi.
Yeah. It was several
Right,
years
yeah.
ago. Several years ago, right?
Right, about
Right.
3 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago.
So we are confident if you're going to give Roland this advice that you just have to be clear about what you really wanted to do, and maybe sit down and be clear also on what you're going to do. In order for you to have a very, very clear future, you need to start first by giving yourself a very, very clear goal, where you're going and what you really wanted to do. I mean, if you just want to become rich, I can make you a millionaire, and then tomorrow maybe you are broke again. So you have to find that very reason why do you want to get rich? What is it for? Para kanino, para saan, bakit gusto mong yumaman? Ngayon, millions of Filipinos out there don't just do that. They just wanted to become rich. Why? You have to ask yourself that question, why?
Right,
Right.
very important, yeah.
It's very important. So what else can we advise Ronald on his part?
I should say to Ronald that he has to think about his own self first. Some Filipinos would think about working because they want to help their parents or their brothers and sisters or the family. And that's also good, but not good enough. A person has to really put himself as the object why he wants to actually become rich. Why? Because, if he's just working for his parents, once his parents are gone, so then he does not have the reason anymore to work for, because he's only working for his family. But if he works for himself and enriches himself, he wants to develop himself, then he always gets himself, you know. And he loses people, he loses his parents, but it never loses
Until he loses himself,
Yeah.
and then dun matatapos yung kanyang dahilan.
All right, yeah, but if it takes care of himself, as the object, then he will do good, because he's actually taking care of himself.
Very briefly, let's talk about this foundation called 351 Media. And maybe you can tell us something about
The,
it.
the 351 media is geared toward helping the young people. It's actually the resolution number that when Sanil Room brought the suit against Howard Stern in the States, and the Philippine Congress actually had a resolution called 351 Media. And so it's actually about preserving the dignity of the Filipinos. Yeah.
In one statement, very, very short, what can you say about this personal development thing? I mean, you've told me everything that I should know about personal development. What can you tell our audience out there?
Well, development, of course, is the most important thing because there is no improvement if there is no development. You know, some of these guys that are actually taking our video, you know, they're just there, and if they don't do development, they are going to be there 20 years from now. They will be doing the same thing. So there has to be like some kind of a development. They have to upgrade themselves, you know, upward spiral, only upward spiral, not downward spiral, always upward spiral. You know, and then if you're upward spiral, you'll make it. There has to be development. If there's no development, it's zero.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. John, for
Yes,
being our
Lloyd.
guest this afternoon. Really appreciate your coming here. Voice of the Television is very sad na magpapaalam na naman po kami ngayong araw na ito, but we will be seeing you next Monday. Ang website po namin, www.votytv.multiply.com. Mag-email po lamang sa votytv@gmail.com or magsadya, tumawag sa 729-7274. Ito po ang Karina 911. Ako po si Lloyd Luna. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood.